All right, well, welcome back to MrJayDM. It's been a while. Wintertime sucks. I don't have a garage, and I hate cold weather. So it's spring, and it's actually not very warm. It's 42 degrees today. 2 days ago, it was like 70, but then we got a storm, and it's cold. But I have to work on my wife's car. This is not the video I expected to be making for the first video of the year, but my wife was driving on a major road. She was at a stoplight, and her battery light came on. The light turned green. She went down to the next light, and her car died. So we had to get it towed. The alternator is bad. Let's get started. All right, this is her 2006 Honda CRV. It's got like 254,000 miles. We really haven't had any major problems with it other than the starter. But other than that, I mean, there's really been no problems. Oh, the VTEC solenoid, I replaced that. I actually replaced that twice. I replaced it once with a junkyard one. That lasted about a year. And so I ended up buying a brand new one and just replaced it. And we haven't had any problems since. The alternator is underneath the power steering pump, so it's down there. It's kind of a pain to get to. It sucks. We're going to have to remove the power steering pump, the belt tensioner, which in order to do that, I have to remove this mount that's right there. So I'm going to have to jack up the engine to remove the mount and let it sit on the jack while the mount is removed so I can get to everything. This is, it's not hard, but it's more of a pain just because it's underneath the power steering pump. And I might have to remove some of this stuff over here. I honestly don't know what I'm doing, but I am mechanically inclined, and so we will figure it out as we go. This may not be like a full tutorial, but I'm going to try. So anyway, let's get started. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is remove the power steering hose that's on the top of the power steering pump. It's got two 10mm bolts. They are right here, if you can see. It's been warm, and so I started working on the B20, but like I said, we had a storm and it brought in a bunch of cold weather. And I think Saturday, today's Friday, so I think tomorrow it's supposed to be quite a bit warmer, but I need to get this done. Let me go get a bag or a towel because that's going to leak. All right. We're going to set this back to the side. And we're going to need another towel just because it's starting to ooze out. And if you've seen previous videos of me working on this car, I've replaced the tensioner on this car a couple times, and the belt still squeaks. I don't know why. But the alternator pulley might be why it's squeaking. Could be the AC pulley as well. But only time will tell once I replace the alternator. Hopefully that fixes the problem, but we don't know. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this cap out because I'm going to disconnect the hose here and I'm going to route it back into the reservoir. And it's going to leak everywhere. Get in there. All right. And I've replaced the power steering pump on this before too, because I thought that's what was squeaking. But obviously that's not the case. All right, this can be pulled out and pushed up under where the headlight is. Let me go get the jack, and then we'll get the mount removed. All right, we got the jack underneath, and I'm not sure what size these are. I think they're like 17 mil, maybe. They are 17 millimeter. This bolt is very long. Finally. And there's one more. And there we go. We got that removed. Now, I did have to replace this whole mount right here one time because this broke off. Kind of weird. I don't know how or why or what happened there, but it broke off. All right, let's get the ground wire removed. Yeah, it's kind of in a weird spot. Let's go ahead and get the belt. If I remember correctly, it's a 15 millimeter. Oh, whoops. I just loosened the bolt on the, do I go the other way with it? Use 2 wrenches, link them together. That way you have more leverage. And it's a very tight area. Let me jack it up. Maybe that'll help. Well, that didn't work. Let's try that again. All right, there we go. Basically, put this on the pulley, and it gives you leverage, and then the whole thing will lift forward because it has a spring on it. It's the tensioner. And I'm going to replace the tensioner and the belt while we're in here. So we'll learn how to do that as well. Let's see, what do we need? 12 mil? Yes, we need a 12 millimeter. Make sure my microphone's still working. And it is. Because I haven't charged my microphone in like since last year. All right, we got a 12 mil that's right here. And I think there's another one up underneath. This is also a bolt for the tensioner. Or no, it bolts through the power steering pump into the tensioner. There we go. The other bolt is underneath here. You can feel it. Might be hard to get to. I don't remember. That one is tight. There we go. Maybe I can get it. Sorry, didn't mean to kick you. Maybe I can get it by hand. I'm gonna flush out the power steering system as well, just because it looks kind of dingy. Even though it's, I don't know, probably a year old. Yeah, maybe 2 years. I just can't seem to get that bolt. Working with gloves, man, I'm just not used to it. But it's kind of cold out. Let's put the extension on there, it might help. I think that extension is too long. Yeah, I'm sorry, my shoulder's in the way. But there ain't much to see anyway, because it's underneath. I'm gonna have to move you. Yeah, that didn't work. Alright, we got it. Oh, my wife's calling me. Okay, I'm back. My wife is just wanting to know how it was going. She has access to a company car, but she doesn't really like to use it. And she wants her car, which I understand. I love my car. It would suck if it broke down. And the weird part is when I when the tow truck driver pulled up, I had to move my car. Well, then my car started missing. It had a miss. Oh, shit. Leaking fluid everywhere. But it finally leveled out. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to look at my car too. So that sucks. Alright, so here's the tensioner. There's a bolt here in the center. There's a bolt here, and then there's one up underneath here. Like on the other side underneath. And that one's a pain. Well, it's a pain to put in. Probably not so much to get out. Seriously? We'll get the easy ones first. Oh yeah, and they are 12 millimeter. There goes one. Yeah, and there's a filter right here. It's a screen. I'm gonna go ahead and replace that, because when I replaced the VTEC solenoid, I replaced the variable timing. I don't know what this thing is. Over here on the side of the block, over here, it's about that long. It slides in, and that's part of the VTEC. But I replaced that, and then there's a screen underneath this little plate that is part of the VTEC system as well. You have like that much space to move it. Now, if I were to take this mount off, which I've done before, then you have a lot more room. Because I've replaced this tensioner twice, 3 times, thinking that was a squeak, but it never fixed the squeak. So I am well knowledged, lots of experience removing these. And I've done this on my daughter's Element, which she no longer has. I've got videos on the Element if interested. It just won't fit in there. Let me see if I can go find a longer 12 mil. That's a 10. 12 mil right here. A little bit longer. No, that's too long. I guess we'll go back to this. Keeps slipping off. Well, the glove comes off so I can feel. Oh, it's right there. It's off. There she is. And there's that. I mean, this should be fine, honestly. All right, it looks like we have a bolt on top right here. It goes through. There's probably one underneath. That one will probably be a pain to get to. I guess I should disconnect the battery. What do you think? Even though I don't think there's power going to the... Well, it's got that main power. Let's disconnect the battery. I'm always confused. Which one do you disconnect first? Is it the power, or the ground? I think it's this one. And honestly, I don't have to remove the ground. Let's tighten that back. Let's slide this thing down underneath. That way it doesn't accidentally touch the post. All right. There's a bolt here, and I'm assuming there's one on the opposite side down here. It seems like the AC line is kind of in the way. So that sucks. Oh, whoops. I'm tightening it. I need to loosen. Can you see? Yes. You cannot see what I can see. What over here? All right. Let me find a shorter 12 mil. Longer, shorter. 10, 12, right there. Is my mic still working? Yes, it is. You just keep slipping everywhere. Why can't I turn that by hand? Okay, there we go. This bottom bolt might be a major pain, and it won't come out because the overflow reservoir is in the way. Let's see about removing that. Alright, we have a 10mm bolt holding the reservoir. See right down in there? It's just spinning. Might be able to get a flathead screwdriver in there to wedge it. Nope, it just broke. This thing just kind of flopped around now. That sucks. I'm gonna have to zip tie it or something. I think I might have to remove this. Alright, we got it removed. We only broke 2 really, but I have a bunch of them. I bought a kit. It's like I might have to remove this. I mean, really? So stupid. Nothing to it but to do it, I guess. And of course that snapped off. My microphone quit working. I'm gonna go replace it. Okay, we got it out. We got the reservoir out, and I ended up pulling this thing out because it was just, it attaches here and it was just in the way. I stuck that up there. Hopefully that holds and the hood doesn't fall on my head. But we are making progress. We got the bolt. We got the bolt loose on the bottom bolt of the alternator. So we just need to loosen it, and then we can hopefully pull the alternator out. But we got to get the power though. Hopefully the wires are long enough to where I can like twist the alternator to the side and unscrew the power wires. Hopefully, because I can't get to them as it sits. If I were to pull the radiator out, that would make things much easier, but I mean that's ridiculous. Let's see if I can get it with my hand. Jesus, come on, y'all. Oh, that's not a bad view. I know, my arm's in the way. And of course, I can't get it with my right hand, so my left hand is the way to go, but I'm not left-handed, so it makes it difficult. I'll just drop the bolt somewhere. Hopefully that's the right bolt, because it doesn't feel loose. Oh yeah, it does. And I think there's one more. Let me go grab my magnet. All right, we got that one. Yeah, there seems to be one more. Let me take my glove off so I can actually feel. Yeah, it's right there. It's like right here underneath. All right, you're kind of in my way. I'm gonna have to set you over here and you're just gonna have to watch from afar. Is my mic still working? Yes. Struggle bus. It just keeps falling off. I mean, it's loose enough, I feel like, where I can get it, but I don't have an angle on it. It's just awkward. If I can put my hand down here, I might be able to get to it, but I can't get my hand down there. What's up, bud? What are you doing? Is it 1 o'clock? Is this thing on? All right, it is. Okay, so I'm back. I had to go pick up my son's friend. It's spring break. And they went to hang out. So I had to stop and go do that. And then here in about a half an hour, I got to stop to go pick up my wife. Because she's going to work from home for the rest of the day. And she can't bring the company car home. She can use it while working, but she can't bring it home. So anyway, we're back working on this stupid ass thing. Getting this last bolt out. Hopefully I I'm able to twist it to get the electrical connectors off. All right, last bolt. A little wiggling. Let's see here. And we need to get that electrical wiring disconnected. There's a bracket as well. Doesn't look that difficult. So I'm going to need you to move while I do this because I can't do it with you in my face. So you're just going to have to sit over here and watch me struggle. Oh my God. I'm not sure if I can even get it out of here once I do get it loose. It's like right up against the manifold. Get the boot off. Come on, really? All right, and appears to be a 10 millimeter. Maybe it's a 10. Yes, it is a 10. Really? Let me get my other glove on because I'm cutting my hand up. I thought I had it loose enough to get it with my hand. Obviously not. All right. Whoops. We got the electrical off. Now, can we rotate this thing around to squeeze it out? Come on. Get past that. There's another connector at the bottom. My back. What did I do with that screwdriver? This is going to be fun getting back in here, let me tell you. Alright, so we have that green connector that is right there to disconnect. And then we can pull this alternator out. Why are you so difficult? Again, if the radiator wasn't in there, I could probably get my hand in there pretty good. There we go. Sweet. Alright, so I kind of bent the bracket, but I removed it from the radiator. I was able to pull it back enough to get my hand in there. Now we need to wiggle this out and pull it out. That will be the next challenge. Whoop. Come on, dude. Oh, look at that. That is the original Honda alternator. All right. You can see down here the two holes where it bolts to, and then it bolts here. here's that plate I was talking about, the screen. All right, now we just need to go get the parts, and then we can start putting it back together. All right, well, that was kind of a pain. I mean, not really. It really didn't take that long. I had to stop a couple times, but you know, it wasn't that bad. But all right, we need to get the parts, and then we can get it back together. I'm just gonna take a break because I gotta pick up my wife. I gotta leave here in about, I don't know, 25 minutes. So, yeah. We'll pick this video back up once I get the parts. All right, we got our parts. Right there is where this plate goes. And this is the gasket. It has a screen. You can see it's pretty dirty. And the gasket itself is super stiff. We got a new one. Just gonna pop that sucker in there. And then we can bolt it down. It's two 10mm bolts. Imagine you don't want to over tighten it, so we're not going to do that. And I think right now it'd be easier to put the belt on to get it around the bottom portion. Here's our belt, Continental. The old one's kind of ate up on the outside. The inside, yeah, it's a little crunchy. But yeah, right here, I don't know what, oh, I know what that's from. It's when that stud broke and the whole thing was wobbling. All right, let's struggle with the belt, because that's always fun. I need to remove this ground. I don't know, probably not. It's kind of a pain to get this belt in there, just because it's all like bent and everything from the packaging. I'm gonna have to get up underneath and get it. All right, we got the belt looped. It goes along the bottom two pulleys and then up around the AC compressor and then up under the water pump, and that's where it comes up like this to the alternator and the power steering pump, and then the tensioner pushes this way. So we got that in there. Now we need to get the alternator. This is a AutoZone triple tested, remanufactured alternator. We need to get the power hooked up, and then we can start bolting it down. We gotta get it in there first. All right. Now with the task of getting the power connected. I know your view's not that great, but hopefully I can edit it somehow to make it work for you. Probably not. Where is the plug? Alright, that's plugged in. Alright. Now we need to get our screw in there, or our nut. With that rubber boot being in the way, it just sucks. There's no room for both my hands. I wish that wire was just like an inch longer. That would make all the difference. Alright, let's see if we can get our socket on there, and it's starting to rain, of course. That's great. Let's see if it's a 10 millimeter first of all. I should have tested that out before I stuck it down in there. Whoops. It is indeed a 10 mil socket. There we go. Why can't I get that socket on there? Alright, I think that's tight enough. Hopefully. Let's get that boot flipped around. Where's it at? Oh my god, my back. All right. Now we gotta spin it in place. Well, at least the rain held up. We got a couple sprinkles. I just need like, I don't know, 30 minutes. And then it can rain all at once. All at once, not all at once. I love the K-Series engine, but Jesus Christ, they're just, the cars that they're in, they're stuffed in here. And it makes it so hard to work on. We need to get these bottom bolts put in. If I can find the location. Oh, I just can't figure out where they go. I can't get them to screw in. Alright, I'll be back once I get these bolts in. Alright, we got the alternator bolted down. Now we need to get the tensioner and the power steering pump. And I think my phone's about to die. So that might be the end of this video. Alright, I got my old phone, so the quality may not be as great. But next we need to put the tensioner in. That too is a Continental, because the belt and tensioner came in a kit. And it goes in there like this. This is that bolt that's a pain in the ass to get to. This has the one bolt that goes through the center. And just so you know, the center bolt you tighten last once you get the belt on there, because that tightens or holds the tensioner in place. I guess I should say the tension. It holds the tension. Even though it's spring loaded, it still will tighten the arm, keep it from flopping. Alright, this bottom bolt is a pain. Yep, I'm about to lose it. It's because this thing is in the way. They could have put the mount back a little bit, you know, there's plenty of room. They could have moved the mount back just an inch. I mean, that's all it takes. Alright. I thought it fell all the way through. I don't know. Alright, with the power of a magnet. I mean, I don't know how you're supposed to do this. Should I put that one in first? This always frustrates the hell out of me. Drop number 2. Alright, so we got that bolt in there. It's back in here. Major pain in the ass. And then we got this one. And again, we have the center one, but don't tighten that until you get the tensioner tensioned. Next, we need to put the power steering pump in. And I mean, we're pretty much close to being done. Let's get this thing back in place. And then there's a wire connector that connects to this sensor. Right there. Alright, we got that on there. Oh, my knee. Just gonna clean off this a little bit because it's grimy. I did not get power steering fluid. I probably need to. Totally forgot. Alright, that's as good as it's getting. Stick it the right way. Alright, we gotta find the bolts that go into it. We got them. Let me move you over here. I'll probably have to jump it to get it to start. Hopefully the battery's not damaged or, I don't know, bad. Now, to give you full transparency, probably about 3 weeks ago, my wife said that her battery light had come on as she drove down the street, but once she got on the highway, it went away, but her door had been left open, like it was ajarred, just barely. So, you know, we chalked it up to it just being, you know, the battery drained. So, like, yesterday? Yeah, yesterday, she said her battery light's on again. So I drove it up to the gas station, put gas in it, and it was on. So I tested it, and it was charging. It's supposed to charge at like 14, I don't know, 2.5 or something like that. But it was charging at like 13.8. So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and order the parts. I ordered them on Amazon. But then today, she calls me and says, my car died. It won't start. I'm in the middle of an intersection. I was like, okay, that sucks. So I met her up there. I tried jumping it. Well, actually, a cop and I, and then some drunk guy on a bike helped with pushing the car over to a bank, and we got to into the bank parking lot, and I tried jumping it, and all the dash lights were flickering, and the like the tack, the needle on the tack were just like flopping around. So that's when I knew it's the alternator. It just finally took a shit, and so we had it towed home, and the parts are supposed to come tomorrow, but Amazon, it says, you know, It could be 10 p.m. before they get here. Or, you know what? We've had a lot of bad luck with Amazon recently. Shit just taking like way longer than it should. So I bit the bullet and I paid like an extra 160 bucks to buy it from AutoZone. It's not the quality stuff I want to get, because like on Amazon I ordered the AC Delco Gold alternator. Has a I want to say it's a 7-year warranty, and then the Gates belt and tensioner kit. But AutoZone, they had the AC Delco, but man, that thing was like 400 bucks. I'm like, do you all price match? And they're like, we do, but not with online retailers. I was like, yeah, that sucks. So that's why we're in this predicament. I mean, you know, it sucks, but hey, the job's done pretty much, almost. And now all we have to do is move the tensioner forward, I think, or backward, or I don't know. We'll figure it out. And this one is not a 15. I had bought like offset wrenches for this, but it just didn't seem to work real good. Ooh. Come on. Get on there. I mean, you're right there, dude. Seriously. Now the belt's caught on the wrenches. Come on, really, dude? There we go. Come on. All right. Can we say fuck yeah? You know what? That actually went a lot smoother than I normally have trouble. I mean, that actually went a lot smoother than the past like 10 times I've done this. All right, let's tighten the center bolt down. All right, and we need to get the mount is next. It's starting to sprinkle again. All right, this bolt right here is a pain to get aligned, so we're gonna struggle with this. I don't know, maybe. We'll just have to lower the engine down a little bit. I think it's actually going. Woohoo! Let me go get the strong arm. All right, that's all tight. What's next? The reservoir. This thing. Come out of there. Come on. There we go. And get that back in. Forgot about this motherfucker. God damn it. I don't think it'll go in with the power steering pump there. Ooh. Such an idiot. Well, children, don't forget to put this in. Yeah, I'm fucked. Son of a bitch. Alright, as soon as I work something out, I'll be back. Alright, we got it in there. And I had to unscrew these top ones, these front ones, which I had to unscrew these brackets on both sides. That way I can move this up, move the radiator back, and it slid right in. But then the only problem is I gotta figure out how to zip tie this thing because this thing broke. It broke the whole plastic. So yeah, that's the next step. Alright, well, we got it all buttoned up. We ended up zip tying. I don't know if you can see, it's getting kind of dark. We took the screw out of the reservoir and we put a zip tie through it and tied it to this bracket. And yeah, that's how we did that. Let's start it up. I wish my camera would zoom out like on my other phone, but not this one. So let's see if it starts. It's getting pretty dark, so video quality is gonna turn to shit. Alright, hopefully she starts. Alright, now we're going to hook up the computer to the car and monitor Alternator. Alright, well, she started up. I had to jump her. I don't know how much of that we caught because I don't think I hit record the whole time. I'm an idiot. But we are going to check the, we're going to monitor battery, alternator. Alright, wait one moment and we have to rev it to like 2000. I feel like it should be charging at like 14 something the whole time, like more than 14. Turn headlights off, position, return engine to idle. I mean, I don't think I ever turned the headlights on. Was I supposed to? Whoops. Charging voltage within specification. Alright, let's do it again. Engine needs to be running at normal temperature. Turn your headlights on. It's not normal temperature though. I mean, I guess it is now. Yeah. You know, every now and then this car, the VSS or I don't know what it is, the VSS light will pop on. And, you know, it could have been this whole time is because, you know, the voltage, low voltage. Because I know these newer Hondas, or the Hondas with all these sensors, they don't like having spikes of low voltage. So maybe that's it. It's VSA. The VSA light would come on. Alright, well, I'm happy. So, yeah, that was more of a tutorial than I thought it would be. I mean, kind of, maybe. Hopefully it helped you. That's my only goal when I do stuff, is to make sure that people that watch my videos, my viewers, my subscribers, learn some, you know, knowledge, and, or, you know, just, even if I make mistakes, learn from my mistakes, you know, because I'm not perfect. I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. I try to be. I've got a lot of experience doing this in my driveway. I mean, we're talking years. And then from my dad and I always worked on cars, and so I learned from him. He learned from his dad. And unfortunately, my son doesn't have anything to do with this shit, which I don't blame him, because it's a pain in the ass. But I love it, even though I hate it. But I do love working on cars. Anyway, I'm done rambling. I'm tired. So I hope you learned something from this video. Please like, subscribe, and share. Tell your mom I said hi, and thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.